Thursday. Let's get started here. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone that has been affected by alcohol and drug addiction. We start at 6:30, so please be on time. Refrain from making social media posts during the meeting. Let's just not do that. Please, only one person speaks at a time. And when you do share, do it loudly so the folks at home that are watching can hear you, and especially us that are in-house. What you have to say is important, and we want to hear it. We will sign anything that needs to be signed after the discussion. The only thing that we ask of everybody is that you're honest with what you say or what you need to say that you're not saying. And what do I mean by that? If you are hurting, please raise your hand early and ask so that we actually can do something with it. But don't feel afraid to express how you truly feel, because it can save your life, guaranteed. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how substance abuse has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language and language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity. If you see a new member or a returning member that had the courage to come back in here after not being here in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program without judgment. Your confidentiality is important to us. However, this is a live stream that's broadcast around the world, so if you don't want to be on camera, we have designated areas on the sides where you will not be seen, but you can be heard if you want to raise your hand and contribute. Please refrain from getting up and leaving during the meeting. And if you're going to litter, throw it away in one of our trash cans. And just got a message from the tobacco companies today. Yes. This is a new one. They're going to pay you guys to quit smoking. Yeah. But they're going to give it to Racing for Recovery first to see if you actually do it. So if you quit, we'll see it, and I'll give you all the money that's in my pocket. Oh. That never gets old. Never. Okay. What the heck do we do now? Oh, yeah. Who's here for their first time at a Racing for Recovery meeting tonight?
I'm returning.
Any returning people haven't been here in a while?
Yeah.
Cool. Good to see you. Sir Bradley raised his hand. He has 3 years today. All right. Congrats on that, buddy. Okay, who's going to read the guidelines to lifestyles of recovery?
Mitchell. Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Number 1, recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3, using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4, defining balance and working toward making it part of everyday life. 5, building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6, understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7, lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8, learning to help without supporting the addict's behavior. providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9, recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10, caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Awesome. Thanks, Mitchell. Steve, I told you I'd see you today. Right on, man. That's because you're doing the right thing. Yep. Good stuff. Kelly, you're up. What's happening with us?
Oh, all right, guys. We've got the live signature support group announcements. We have something going on every single day. On Monday, we have the book study support group, and it's from 4 to 5 here. Currently, we're studying from Creating. As always, public is welcome. On Tuesday, we have the men's and women's peer support group, also open to the public. Please invite family and friends. It's from 4 to 5. Men's is in here, women's is next door. Made a big difference in my life when I was here. I really enjoyed the women's peer support group meeting. On Wednesday is the BAC recovery group from 6:30 to 8:30. And it begins with a dinner served at 6 p.m. and the church shuttle bus leaves the Siegel Suites at 5:15. Thursday, right now, is our free plant-based dinner and music for the group attendees from 5:30 to 6:30. And can we please shout out to Chef Dean and the kitchen volunteers for those burgers and then it's followed by our signature live support group meeting from 6:30 to 7:30. It's available in person, live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Please bring your family and friends or have them log on and watch us. Thank you to our tech crew for making this possible, and that would be Matt, Jeffrey, Herbster at home. Saturday is Community Connections from 2:30 to 5. We do that usually right here in this room or anywhere here at the center. It's always a good time. It's always open to suggestions. They watch sports ball here. We always have stuff to snack on. If it's not chef, we've got pizza. We can play games here. A Saturday here after I first got here is when I knew this was the place for me. It can be amazing to come to that. Please bring your family and friends so they can see what it's about, be included in everything. It's amazing. On Sunday is the Run Walk optional support group. It's a meeting from 8 to 9 at Wildwood Metro Park. Bedford Alliance Church service is also at 11 a.m. on Sunday, and the church shuttle bus leaves the Siegel Suites at 10:15. Please check out all of our books that are located up here on the table. Follow us on social media. A video of this meeting will be available later tonight. And please, we would love your Google reviews as well.
Okay, I'm gonna add a couple announcements to that. Our 5K is this Saturday. I think it is the 23rd and 20, what? No, the 23rd annual.
Oh.
The date's the 23rd.
Oh, look, I did too.
So come on out to that. It's a great day. It's one of the first things we did when we started Racing for Recovery was try to do what Race for the Cure was doing for breast cancer. We wanted to do it for substance abuse and well living and all that stuff. So 23 years of that event. It's going to be fun. We're going to have green smoke this year, which will be cool. We have our new inflatables. We got some live music out there. It's going to be a great day. I don't know what color the shirts are going to be. I don't know. Anybody know what color they're going to be this year? Okay, that used to be a big thing. What else in that? Oh, Saturday night is our Halloween party.
Yes.
Saturday night. Are you going to go the same thing as last year?
Yes, I am.
Very cool. So if you're out in the community and you want to be a part of that, Saturday at 6 to 8:30, come on out. Bring your kids. We'll do, whatever you want. That's a good time.
It is.
What else do I want to do? We have a birthday, Pat. Happy birthday. Couldn't figure it out until Tim told me there's a sign above him that says missed that too. So
He did. He said, where? I said, right under the happy birthday sign.
Yep, I'm about done, but anyway, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pat. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. You gotta do, no, we already did that, right? No, I gotta do, the answer coming up too? Anyway, God, I'm really blowing this already.
First introduction.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Wow, I completely lost
You're
it up
good,
here.
I'm here.
That's tough. Okay, I'll bring that up in a second. All right, let's do our introductions. I want you to, I'm asking you to go around, we wanna hear your name, why you're here tonight, and I wanna do something I haven't done before. One word, not a bunch of words, one word that would describe your addiction. Okay, if you're a family member, one word that you felt watching a loved one go through their drug addiction. So, again, your name, why you're here tonight, one word to describe your addiction. If you're a family member, one word that would describe how you felt when your loved one was going through drug addiction. Paul, you're up.
From 94, I'm here because this is what we do on Thursday night. It's part of my mental wellness. The one word that I have with addiction is death.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm here to change my lifestyle, and I would choose misery.
Hello everyone, my name is Jeff. I'm here to participate in my recovery. One word to describe my addiction would be disaster.
Josiah, here for a better quality of life. One word to describe my addiction. Chaotic.
Okay.
I'm Girl Pat. I'm here to straighten out my life and get sober and, get back control. And what I use is destruction.
Scott, aka Motivational Scott, everybody. I'm here because this place is bracing for recovery. This place is like my second home. This place gave me all the tools and opportunity I needed to find myself again, so I can drastically change my life for the better. If I had to describe my addiction in one word, I would have to say it was a blessing, because had I not had an addiction, I would have not become the man I am today.
That's what I'm gonna hear. That's good.
My name's Cody. I'm here because this is what we do on Thursdays. We hang out with our community and community at large. Here to get my life together, get back on the road. One word I'd probably say is depression.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Danielle, and I'm here to give and receive support. And I would say it was traumatizing.
Yeah. Pat.
Hi, I'm Pat. I'm here to participate in my recovery. And one word would be death.
Awesome.
I'm Austin. I'm here to support and get support from my family. My first word that came to mind was suicidal.
Zach.
I'm Zach. I'm here because this is the place to be on Thursdays. And I would have to say grateful.
All right, there you go. John McEnroe.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. I'm Case. I'm here to learn and support my peers. I would say my addiction was sneaky.
Was what?
Sneaky.
Yeah, okay. Yep, sure.
I'm Jared. I'm here because I want to be, and one word I'd say to describe my addiction would be chaos.
Kenzie.
I'm Kenzie. I'm here to heal from addiction and an eating disorder. One word to describe that is resilience.
Good. Blaze?
Blaze, this meeting supports my wellness journey, and one word to describe my addiction would be pain.
Senior Flores.
I'm Ryan. I'm here to be near and dear with my peers. drugs and alcohol so I can keep the signal clear.
There you go.
One word for my addiction would be dark. Just dark.
Oh, yeah, yep. Jeff, up in the bird's nest.
My name is Jeff, and I am here as part of my journey to change how I think, how I behave, how I act, how I think, just everything. One word, if you hyphenate it for mine, was all-encompassing, and because I didn't have to do it all day for it to affect everything, every move I made throughout the day.
Nice. Matt.
I'm Matt. I'm here because I love Thursday nights here. A word to describe my addiction would be lonely. A word to describe my recovery would be playful.
Okay, all right. Mark?
My name is Mark. I'm here tonight because Spirit Week and we got a race on Saturday. So this is part of my journey. A word that I want to say recovery. Take a page out of Scott's book. If it wasn't for my addiction, I wouldn't be at Race for Recovery today. So right on to the addiction.
And I hear you're doing a new version of pre-gaming at 3 o'clock in the morning Saturday, right?
Yeah, we got to get the nutrients in our body so we can have a good race.
Yeah. Smoothies and good conversations and good pre-game ritual to start. I like it. Yeah, it's cool. Jason, go ahead.
Jason, I'm here because this is part of my recovery journey, and one word would be help.
Pam, go ahead.
My name's Pam. I am here to heal from trauma and addiction, and I would say relentless.
I'm Melissa. I'm here because this is what I do on Thursdays, and I love coming here. One word I would have to say is threatening.
Threatening? Good word. Brian, aka OT.
It's on me. You know why he calls me OT?
No.
I wore this thing. What herbs it called? Old Testament.
Yeah.
I'm Brian. OT, I guess. Love being here on Thursdays. I get to be here. Show the fam where I'm safe and supported. One word to describe my addiction is probably sadness.
Dan?
I'm Dan. I just here because I love to be around early sobriety. You know, it helps me. You know, it takes me back. I'm gonna use two words. It's pain to gain.
Yeah.
Gained a lot from my pain, and I share it now today.
That's good. Yep.
I'm Joyce, Brian's mom. Here to support him. One word, going through his addiction, horrified.
Good word. How about a positive one in his recovery now, though?
Grateful.
Yep, there you go. Yeah.
Go, Miranda.
Oh goodness. Hello, my name is Miranda. I'm here supporting my family. And one word that comes to mind was when I found out about it was sadness.
Wow. How about now in his recovery?
I'm happy, joyful.
Joyful. Good word.
A little better than that.
Hey guys, I'm Megan. I'm here because this is home. I don't think I have a single word to describe my addiction, but I'm gonna go with life-changing.
Wow. Okay, no further questions. Michael.
Hey, I'm Michael, and I choose to be here. And my word would be reborn.
Yeah, nice, man. Okay, Bradley.
Bradley, here to give and get support, and I would say soulless.
Say what?
Soulless.
Wow. Wow, Heather.
I'm Heather. I'm here because this place has shown me what a home is supposed to feel like. And I would say temporary. My addiction was no match for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah. Good. Michelle.
I'm Michelle. I'm here to be the person to remember who I am and be the person I need to be. I'm gonna say selfish.
Okay, good one. Gio?
I'm George. I'm here tonight because this is what we do on Thursdays. I want to describe my addiction, I would say overwhelming.
JJ.
JJ, I'm here tonight because I get to be here tonight. One word, had to be destruction.
Yeah. Let's give a special shout out to JJ too, who was in the kitchen with Dean. Sav.
I'm Savannah. I'm here for a better quality of life. And one word, draining.
Are you at more ease? Is your stuff getting sorted? That you're calmer?
It's getting there.
Okay. Good job for just staying in it. Yeah.
I'm Robert. I'm here because I need to be here and it's a new way of life. One thing to describe being out there, disaster.
Good word. Yeah. Mitchell?
Hi, I'm Mitchell. I'm here to grow into who I was born to be. If I had to pick one word for my addiction, I would say omnipresent.
Wow. Wow. Steve?
I'm Steve. I'm here because this is my catalyst for a better life. One word to describe my addiction is forgiven.
Hello everybody, my name is Tim. I'm here tonight. This is part of my self-betterment journey. I say part of it because it's something I feel like I will never finish with. I always feel like for myself there's always room for improvement. I am also here tonight to make sure that he doesn't screw up. My word is probably going to be atrocious.
Wow, that's good. Kelly?
I am Kelly. I'm here because it's what I do on Thursdays. It's what I've done for Thursdays for a long time now. It's so good to see some people I haven't seen in a while. I will always be here on Thursdays, and if I'm not, you need to come looking for me. I would probably say my word when I was drinking was probably devastating.
Wow. My name is Todd. I've been doing this for 24 years on Thursdays. Starting to get a little concerned of how much I forget, like how this thing is run every week, but I'll keep coming back and see what happens. A word that would describe, and Scott hit it on the head, I wrote down asset. One word to describe my addiction would be asset. I didn't know it at the time. It was going to be one of the greatest assets I ever had, but taking that addiction and turning it into this, it's been one of the greatest assets I've ever had. Who has the answer?
Thanks. Hi guys. The answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain. As I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache. My body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I am a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so it begins, racing for recovery.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get started, I want to do a couple things. Matt and I did a podcast a few months ago called Mythbusters. And I just want to say a couple things to maybe help some people understand what we do and what we don't do, what they think we do or whatever. With respect to our lodging program and the food that we serve around here, that is all paid for by Racing for Recovery. It's not paid by grants, it's not paid by your insurance if you're getting services here. That is I don't know what to call it, a gift, a thing, a service or whatever, but that is something that Racing for Recovery pays for us just to give you guys a shot at being the best that you can be. So hopefully that answers a couple questions to a couple people. If not, If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Right? So speaking of podcasts, hopefully you guys are watching our podcasts every week. Matt has done an absolutely phenomenal job at taking what we were doing and enhancing it, and the reels he's doing and the podcast look and we have our own, can we call it a studio? Yeah, we can call it our own studio back there now. It is awesome. So we did one with Mr. Tom Cole, who, he's an extraordinary man. He was on BCSN for a number of years. He interviewed me, 15 years on BCSN. He's a former coach at St. John's. He's a father. He's a 80s rock guy, so we get along in that regard. He also lost his son to addiction, and I had him on the other day. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It's really good from a parenting standpoint, a life enhancement knowledge. But we were talking about one thing that he said. He would go to other treatment centers, go to other support group meetings, and the one thing him and his wife kept hearing was, you have to have your son hit rock bottom. And he never understood that, and his son's rock bottom was not being here anymore. So Racing for Recovery has always looked at some of the cliches in sobriety that are ingrained in us, and definitely some of the things that are told to us, and doing the exact opposite. So I want to do a group on something I've never done before. I want to talk about the difference of hitting a quote rock bottom versus creating a new beginning. Because in my opinion, and Racing for Recovery's opinion, you don't have to hit a rock bottom ever. Wherever you are at today, it could be whatever kind of weather has nothing to do with it, whatever kind of circumstance, how much money you have, how much money you don't have. It is an opportunity to create a better life versus having to think, I gotta go out and do this again to make it hurt more, that maybe that's gonna make me turn my life around. It doesn't have to happen, because some people can die trying that. And I don't want any parent coming to me and saying, Todd, you told my son he had to go out and hit rock bottom. It's not happening here. So let's talk about the difference between creating a new beginning and not having to hit a rock bottom, and how you think and feel about that. Tim, you're up. Who's on?
How about Kenzie?
I'm glad that you chose this topic actually, because I want to speak on something for a minute. This man right here is the reason that I'm here a year. Like, I came in a year ago today. Thank you, Dan.
Wow.
Damn. Ooh. I remember going into an AA meeting at Arrowhead intoxicated. And I thought that I had hit my rock bottom. But in reality, I figured out you can keep digging and digging and digging. So really, I created my journey by coming here after talking to this man about this place. I think I've seen him one other time in this room since then, so it's emotional for me every time I see him. Just thank you. You saved my life.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Kenzie, that was kind. What did Dan say? And hang on, before I'm going to add to that, because it's not only what he obviously said, it's what you did with what he said. So I want you to take some credit for this. What did you do with his kind words?
I went into detox.
Yeah.
I was really scared, but I knew I didn't want to die. Him telling me that he knew a place. I mean, I was so intoxicated I don't remember being at the meeting. But I do remember afterwards him coming up to me and telling me that I'm in the right place and that he's been in my place and that he knows of somewhere where he knows where there's a lot of the younger generation goes for recovery. And I had just sat and thought about it and I just decided to make the step. If I wouldn't have talked to him that day, I wouldn't know about this place. I don't think I would have went into detox. It was somebody that met me where I was at.
Very cool.
And I had no idea who the fuck he was.
Wow. Okay.
You know, I talked to Dan when he came in today.
Yeah.
That was you.
And that is racing for recovery.
Yeah. When Dan walked in today, I hadn't seen him in a while. Dan was here a lot of Thursdays when I was sitting against the wall. And it was so great to see you and get a big hug from you. And you walked in today. And he sat down at this table and he was talking and he said, there's a reason I'm here. There's a reason I'm here today. There's always a reason for something. Hurt when you're being here. That was the reason. You're here again. That's so cool.
Wow.
How about Steve?
My rock bottom, I don't even know if I'd call it a rock bottom, because I think I had many of them, quite a few. I think it boiled down to I was drunk off my ass, and I was just sick of living the way I was living. That was my reason I came. The thing that changed for me was honestly when I walked through the door. I made up my mind that no matter what it took, I was going to do it. I was going to get sober, and I was going to stay that way. And I was going to kick. I was going to kick the shit out of it, and that's what I'm doing.
Without getting into details, unless you want to, you got a gift today. In my opinion, you got a gift. Are you accepting that you earned that gift from what you've been doing?
There's a lot of things that came into play. Spirituality, some people that I've never met before. Somebody from here who I went above and beyond what I think most people are capable of. But yes, I will give myself some credit. I've worked my ass off, and I mean I really have worked my ass off, and it showed today more than I think it ever has. Not just with the outcome, but with my attitude and how I held myself together, and the decisions that I made between when I came out and when I got in the car and over.
I want to give credit where credit's due. In addition to was Michael Herbster, who took you today, who came here. I don't even know how long he's been sober, 6-7 years, whatever. Came here like you, like everybody in here, and has done it, and now provides services for other people. If he didn't take you today, could you have gotten there?
No. I actually, when I spoke with the lady, I told her that I had no way to get there, and she told me that I'd be getting a call from the detective a couple days later, or they'd come and get me. He made it a point to go out of his way to take me, and that was a blessing. I don't know how I can ever repay him other than to keep doing what I'm doing.
That's it. And once again, that's racing for recovery. And I want the world to understand what we are and what we're not, because that's authentic. I love it. Right on. Go ahead.
How about Paul?
For me, Russian recovery is has been a blessing to me. I'm going through some things right now, and if it wasn't for the staff here that genuinely showed concern and care, I might not be here today because I was thinking about leaving, and if I'd have left, I'd have probably been in somebody's crack house or somewhere dead because I didn't want to face what it is I gotta do. And the staff here has been extremely caring, concerned for me and my mental health and my mental being. And I had a guy that come to me and he said to me, "Paul, don't worry about nothing, cause no matter what, we got you." And he really don't know me like that, but he showed that concern for me. And he said to me, "Paul, don't worry about it. We gonna be there with you no matter what, And I was thinking about leaving, up until he said that, cause I just wanted to give up. But that's not a bottom. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that I gotta go through and try and create a new beginning. But
Well, if you didn't hit a rock bottom through this, would you say you're adding to you creating your new life since being here?
yeah,
Yes.
being here have gave me the will to go on, because I was about to really just throw it all away. But like I said, the staff here, they just tremendous. Adam is something else. Helene, Tina, Amanda, they all been there for and they constantly check on me on a daily basis, make sure that my spirits and everything is good. And they constantly tell me don't look for the worst, just look for tomorrow. And make sure you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Trying to get me to open up more, be more social. And that's been working for me. It's been working.
You're doing.
But sometimes, doubts still creep in my mind.
I have a serious question. Those tennis shoes you're wearing.
I'm being tired today.
You got a pair at home just like them, or what?
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on his shoes by any chance, Matt?
I just don't drive your BMW.
That's classic, man. Oh, I love this place. All right, go ahead, Tim.
Austin.
So to follow the cliche of my so-called rock bottom, it's actually what I call now where I stopped digging and decided to climb through the wall and go back up.
Yeah.
I was on a job site working with this random guy that I met on the east side, and I decided that I was sick and tired of it, and while he was out getting us lunch, I'd on purposely OD'd. Thank God he came back when he did and hit me with 4 hits of Narcan, and him abandoning me at St. V's was the biggest blessing of my life. I was in the ER for 4 days with something like 14 or 15 units of saline pumped through me. And I ended up at St. Charles, and apparently the first thing I said when I came to, which I don't remember, was I want to go back to, Midwest and Youngstown, because that's where I got it last time.
Yeah.
And then I met a bunch of peers that told me about this place, and I do not like very many facilities. I've been through a few, and what they said about here And the fact that the staff at Midwest said, no, I will not send you there, was what made me want to come here.
That's good.
So,
Defiant, I like it.
yeah, so this is, started using the shovels that I've used for digging. If I can't climb through the dirt, I'm gonna use them to pull myself up.
There you go. What are you creating since you've been here?
Sense of identity, a sense of self-love, connection, a lot of different things that, yeah.
You want me to ask you another question, or are you
Courage, go ahead, yeah, man,
No,
do it.
no, I'm good. I'll take it easy on you. No, I'm proud of you, Austin. That's good. Tim, who you got?
Pam.
Good evening. I was thinking about how as soon as I got to adulthood, I was in trouble with the law. DUIs, possession, paraphernalia, whatever. And shortly before I came here, I was in a forced thing. I hadn't chosen to go there like I did with here. And I had a facilitator tell me, he's like, you know, you don't have to go to rock bottom. You can get off the elevator.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I chose to get, because I thought, oh, I could probably still make it one more round or whatever. And then I realized when he said that, like, I don't have to.
Yeah.
And it says that in the Cleveland book too. And it says you don't have to ever use again.
Yes.
So I chose to get off the elevator and it made all the difference.
I feel like I do need to emphasize more of, or have more empathy for what Tom said during our interview, because I don't have kids that are doing that, thank God. I'd like to think that them growing up in this environment had a little bit to do with their choices they made not to end up the way their dad did. But watching Tom and listening to him that day when we were talking, I can't imagine what it's like for a parent, and it's one of the reasons I created our format, to have both sides who have been affected by addiction, because I know our side of using. Quite honestly, I don't even need to hear all that stuff anymore. It's like I need to hear what my choices were doing to others. But I heard a lot of frustration in Tom's voice when they were desperate for help. And some of the things that they were told that they needed to do, it just didn't make sense to them. He said something, I don't know if this was when we were talking still or not, but it was like, I can't watch my son just give up. Now, there's a difference between enabling and providing adequate support. And if you come here long enough, you'll learn the difference of those. But I think it's a disservice, and we shouldn't be telling people relapse is part of recovery. They have to hit a rock bottom, because that's just giving the license for people that think the way I do to go do it again. And it can kill people. So why we're telling people that, and telling parents that that's what they need to do to their loved ones, I don't understand. And yeah, a lot of empathy for that family. This Cole is an amazing dude. Anybody eat Lay's plain potato chips by any chance? I want to talk about this real quickly too. The last time I had a conversation with their son, Clayton, he had just opened a bag of Lay's potato chips, and I kind of like those. And I asked him if I could have one, and he gave me the whole bag. I didn't take the whole bag, but the point of that is he was willing to give. And that's the kind of people I encounter that are using drugs and alcohol are. Kind people who are making bad decisions to deal with their hurt. So, what's up?
How about Heather?
So I'm gonna try to sum this up. My last pregnancy, I didn't know I was pregnant until I was 4 months in. I used the entire time. I got clean for 2 to 3 months. I relapsed again before I had her. And so I used not knowing, and then I used knowing. That was a bottom for sure. But that's not what got me here. What got me here wasn't a rock bottom. It was a come to Jesus moment. 2 people used in front of me and overdosed in a house. And I walked outside the house and I hit my knees. That's what got me here. And today my toddler is thriving. She's developing as she should. She's speaking tons of words. She's super advanced. I don't need any more evidence than that. Today I'm building a foundation built up of my spirituality, because that's what's going to sustain me when I leave here.
Do you think that was a blessing from God with your daughter's wellness, if you will?
Absolutely, absolutely. Everybody's bottom is different. The guilt kept me sick for a long time after she was born, and I continued to use. I would have taken her from me, but by the grace of God, I still have full custody, and I have a wonderful co-parent. But yeah, rock bottom's not what got me here. Come to Jesus moment for sure.
So is it safe to say you created that new life then too?
Yes.
Yeah, 100, that's what I'm talking
I had no choice but to surrender. No choice. And I'm glad that I did.
Proud of you, Heather, that's amazing. Awesome. Yep.
Mark, you're up.
So, I was forced to go get help. Mom was like, you gotta go, and you better not ask none of my family members for help. And it led me into the rooms, and they said, you don't raise your hand, you don't talk unless you got such amount of time of sobriety. So I would just sit there and listen to the war stories and everything like that, not knowing that there was someone on the outside. So one day I reached out to a family member, knowing that my mom said don't do it. I did it anyway. He was like, come out here, I want to show you something. I came down Trust Drive, met her right, and they was all just having a good time, laughing on the courtyard. And I'm like, what is this? It's like, it's Race for Recovery, you know what I'm saying? We having some sober fun. I reached out and I asked for help, and I came here not knowing what was about to happen. I thought I was supposed to hit a rock bottom. I thought you were supposed to go all the way down to get all the way up. No. I didn't know I could get off the elevator like she said. I didn't know none of that. So I accepted it. I went to Race for Recovery, and my life changed. So the second time around, I came back to Race for Recovery and had a one-on-one and realized that trauma was the reason why I was using.
Yeah.
Never knew that. Never. I thought that I was using because that's what I do. That's what I was made of. Start working on my trauma. I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to realize that there's certain things that I got to do in order to have a better life. In order for me to walk the steps, I have to actually got to put some work in. I believe it's a choice. I believe it's the choices in the Bible also. So the first choice was to ask for help. The second choice is to receive the help and walk accordingly. Right now, I feel like I can be that version of myself that I want to be. I take some of the layers from the past and clean them up because those are me. But if it's getting bad, I don't have to do that no more. I don't have to use ever again. It's getting surreal, because it's like me walking to the altar, with sobriety, and I'm saying I do, but I'm never gonna use again. I really feel that confident. That's not saying that things can get shaky. Yes, I'm gonna have to do some things in order to not use, but that's where I'm at.
Right on. Good stuff, Mark.
Very cool.
And you're right, you never have to use again. True story.
Yeah, that is good, Mark. We all come into this just broken, and I can't imagine sitting there and having somebody look at me and say, you need to shut up. Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Michelle, you're up.
So, I know the question is about rock bottom. I mean,
or creating a new beginning.
yeah. My new beginning is knowing that I am not an alcoholic. I think that is the biggest takeaway for me. I mean, I don't even think about that anymore, but when I sat here and thought about what's my response to this, I just was, the whole time, like when alcohol turned on me or I turned on it or whatever, and it became a really bad coping mechanism, I lost control of it, but I was forced to believe that I'm an alcoholic and well, that's just how it is. And if I would have a problem, well, you're an alcoholic, that's what we do. And just that today when I say it, it's just like, God, it doesn't sit right with me. I love that fact here because I'm Michelle.
Yes.
And what I lost sight of was Michelle. What I disconnected from myself and started living my life. I mean, it's just my thing, but I started living life for everybody else except for me. So I come here and I learn who I am, what I value, what I believe in, without external and somebody putting a label on me to say this is what you are. It's a freedom. It's knowing that I don't have to dig a hole anymore. I don't need a shovel. I don't. I mean, maybe to level the ground every once in a while, but I don't. There is no such thing as a rock bottom. There's a bad choice that can lead, like you said, to continuous bad choices. You just let it roll because you give up. Well, I'm an alcoholic. I might as well. That's what people expect, that is so far from the truth. We discover who we are, what we want, what we believe in, and we're around people who feel the same, and you're around people who support each other in that journey to get back to or recreate the person you are or you want to be. It's
quick survey. How many of us, when you're in a bad predicament, have prayed to God to get you out of that predicament and made some promises that you knew darn well you weren't going to keep? Right? So I'm thinking of me choosing to drink and drive for the umpteenth time and getting caught for the third time was the best thing that ever happened to me at that moment. Now, there were so many times before that choices were made that consequences because of those choices of drinking and drugging led me to, please God, get me out of this, I'll never do it again. And 2 hours later I was doing it again because I wanted to keep using. I didn't want the consequences that came with using. That's not a disease. Those are consequences of choices. Getting that third DUI, I just made a cognizant choice of, I'm done with this. I'm going to find out why I keep choosing this on an emotional and traumatic level and fix it and then do something about it. Again, that's not a disease. That's taking the same tenacity that was put into destruction and making it an asset. So I love this concept of you don't have to dig further. It can stop at any moment. And those are choices that lead to self-betterment. That's why I have such a hard time of I'm hopeless or not hopeless. I'm powerless and I have a disease. It's like, no, that's not an empowering mindset. That is an enabling victim mentality that just leads more of that. And we don't do that. Did you want to say something? No. Tim, you?
I'm good. Go ahead. Kelsey, you're up.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I am in recovery. And I just want to say today that I'm grateful for this topic, and I'm grateful to know that rock bottom is, I think, very personal. It's something we have to assess for ourselves. And I say that I'm so grateful because when I was even younger than I am now, and started coming into detoxes and stuff, I was so busy like comparing my addiction to other people instead of relating, and I felt like I didn't belong there because I was just doing pills at that point. So it drove me into wanting to try different stuff. But so rock bottom has looked different. I've hit many bottoms. They've all looked different. Some of them people would say are worse than others, but like I said, I think it's very personal, and it comes quick. shit gets bad so quickly out there, but on the flip side of that, I just wanted to say and get at the point that if anyone is struggling, while rock bottom does come quick for a lot of us, or like it gets bad quickly out there, things can get better. Things do get better quick too.
Yes.
When you put in the work and when you count your blessings. I'm not saying I'm a month sober, so I'm not like a professional, but I have had like, you know what I mean? I've had recovery in the past, and it has always gotten better quicker than I thought it was going to. I'm not saying things went perfectly, but like when you put in the work and when you count your blessings and stay grateful, it's worth it. And I surprise myself every time. It's awesome. Yeah.
Who knows more about your 30 days of success more than you? Nobody. So you're a professional in your 30 days of awesome sobriety, right? Beautiful. Yeah. What have you created in those 30 days that's different?
Consistency. I keep talking about the gym, but it's helped me so much, and that was, yeah, it's helped me a lot. Consistency with taking my medication, going to the gym, eating better, drinking water. I never drank water like I should have before. Showing up to group and just being social, even when I don't feel like, when I feel like hiding out. Just pushing myself to get to know the people around here and stuff.
Exercise and eating right can help you in sobriety? Wow, who would have thought that? Yeah, should start a program based on a couple of things. Go ahead.
Mitchell, you're up.
Yeah, so that's rock bottom, and I always toggle with that. I don't know why, but like I can never define a rock bottom because I mean Kelsey pretty much stole what I was gonna say, but for me, I think it's very personal, and it's my view. What I was gonna say is that Racing for Recovery is my new beginning. The start of it. Racing for Recovery is giving me the tools that are required to lay the foundation for a stable foundation to build upon that won't collapse so easily. And on a windy day, doesn't just fall over. It's given me the connections, the proper connections to stay sober, should I ever need them in the future. It really is it's an amazing place. And Paul had said, the staff here is one of a kind, actually. I don't think that there's no better way to describe them. Almost all of them have been through the program, which speaks a lot to the program itself. And it reverberates around the community, because if it wasn't for another person, I wouldn't be here at all. And if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't have been here, and so on and so forth. So really, it is an amazing program.
You're doing it, Mitchell. You guys, we have 3 people in about
Just a couple minutes.
a couple minutes, but everybody's gonna go, so say what you're gonna say, but everybody's gonna go.
Yes,
Dan, I'm grateful recovering alcoholic and addict. First, Kenzie, I just want to say that's very humbling. The years I've been sober is a lot of it is pride. Getting rid of my pride. Inflating my pride and my ego. I mean, that was always my biggest problem. And like Todd said, my biggest assets today is the pain I went through, my addiction, my alcoholism, my drug addiction. That's what I have. And for me to sustain long-term sobriety, I have to do what I did for you, why I'm here. God's gonna take care of me. He'll take care of me. At 67 years old, I'm alive through a lot of horrible things, and I see I see support here from the family, and that's why I'm alive. I have a wife and daughters that I need, the many family interventions. I mean, all these names of places, different places here and all over the place. I've been there, locked up and put there, So today for me, that's exactly right. And a bottom, I think for me, there's still a bottom waiting for me. That's why I don't pick up another drink, because I think it's maybe look at it as a gift of despair, a turning point. We get to a turning point, it's like, okay, are we gonna continue this path, or are we gonna try to find, find the problems, are we gonna face our problems in places like this, to help to give you those directions, My bottom's still waiting for me, whether we call ourselves I call myself an alcoholic or not, powerless and all that, my last drink, I proved I'm powerless. I don't care how anybody looks at it. For me personally, I was powerless. As soon as I got that first drink in me, all bets are off.
Dan, let me ask you something. You just said it right there. As soon as you got that first drink in you,
yes,
that's
choice.
choice.
Correct.
Then
it was a sober choice.
Comes, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I had a sober choice with consequences,
Correct.
like you say.
Yes.
Absolutely. It was a sober choice. I was sober when I made that decision, not drunk, So we have to decide if we want the consequences of that first drink.
That's right.
That is a choice, So for me today, I build the defense. I know I'm defenseless after the first drink.
Yes.
So it's over. So my defense for that first drink is my higher power, my God.
Yeah.
First of all, it's my higher power. It's things of this nature, the meetings, helping others. It's just like a football team. They build a defense. My defense is everything I can get my hands on. That's my defense for the first drink.
Absolutely.
I know I'm powerless after that, so I do everything I can in my power. I go to multiple meetings. I believe that we're not all a perfect fit for here. We're not all a perfect fit for AA. We're not all a perfect fit for Midwest and all that. We just have to find the fit for us.
Sure.
And they're all fit for me. You know what I mean? I had a complicated puzzle, and I put it together, and I don't touch it. It's working. My family supports me. My wife said, go wherever you need to go. We love sober dad, sober Dan, sober. My life has turned around. My kids, my marriage has never been better. My business is flourishing. I've got multiple crews up and running again, and I about lost everything. And the bottom was, I think my bottom was to a point where we keep lowering our standards of life, of living. And I've lived in custom homes my whole life, and I got to a point where I could be on the concrete. This is where I was headed. Thank God for my wife, that's smart. And I could look to the next guy next to me, and I'm on cardboard, but he's right on the concrete. So I'm doing better than him. You know what I mean? So it's a gift of despair. It's how low we want to set our standards of life, where it's not acceptable anymore. That's how I looked at it, and I could have got. It just keeps lower and lower and lower and lower to a point where our addiction it diminishes me about anything, So I like to sell it. I know there's other people want to share, but thank you. There's always somebody sicker than you, so help somebody sicker than you. It keeps me sober. I mean, that's what I'll continue. I want long time sobriety. I don't want to just get in and out of places and then we forget what we are. Whether we admit what we are or not, we want to be honest with what we are. We don't want to say it. But for me, I know what I am. And I'm not going to forget that. But I'm a human being that loves people. And I choose not to do drugs and alcohol every day. I make that choice because I don't want the consequences, just like you say. So I love it all, so that's all I got. I'm glad God told me to come here tonight. I don't know why. I was just saying, I'm going to go racing for tonight. So thank you for listening.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
All right, Robert, and then Jeff, take us home.
Alright, so my bottom was jail this year, or last year, coming into this year. And the worst part about that is getting sober in jail. That was my rock bottom. That's when I knew that it was time for something to change. Being on the streets for 2 years, in the winter and the summer, I got tired of living like that. So, I called, I think it was Hill Space I called. That's when I started out here, and then I went from Hill Space to Team Recovery, and then from Team Recovery I made my way to Racing for Recovery, and it's showing me today that I don't have to present as a addict or an alcoholic. I can present as I'm a recovering addict or an alcoholic, you know. It's teaching me a lot of new ways of life, and I don't have to be miserable today. Yeah, that's it.
Well said.
Thank you, brother.
Jeff?
Yeah, I know, trying to get out of here, right? But no, I do like that, really like that part of the program. I did a lot of, different programs, but and it's important for me now, honestly, the universal aspect of this program where I am not my body and I am the awareness of my actions. I become the observer, right? So anytime I identify or attach to something, I kind of take on that identity when I claim to be an addict, right? So it's like, victims don't recover. At some point, I have to claim victim. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you real quick, it was one of these two boys, they wanted to do a trick on Wise Man. So they come to Wise Man, and they said, Wise Man, they had a bird, right? They asked Wise Man, is the bird dead or alive? They put the bird behind the back. So the Wise Man said the bird was alive, they was gonna squish the life out of the bird and show it to him. The Wise Man said the bird was dead, they was gonna show him the live bird. So they said, Wise Man, is the bird I'm holding behind my back dead or alive? Wise Man looked, he pondered. He said, the life you hold it is in your hands. So I think that's how recovery is. It's up to me whether I squish the life out or the dead bird, not nobody else. It's up to me, how I choose the choice, whether the bird is gonna be dead or alive. So it's all about the individual choice we make. I don't think nobody can teach nobody anything, but you can create an environment where they can learn. And this is a good environment to learn, so.
Jeff, that was awesome.
Thank you.
There is no way you could have said that wearing Michigan jersey.
Go
Hey, we'll ruffle some feathers at the end of the thing. All right, who has the walk down the street poll?
Melissa, walk us down the sidewalk there, will you?
Autobiography in 5 short chapters. 1. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. 2. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I am in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. 5. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everybody.